From the late 80s to the mid 2000s, Konami was a company that could not be stopped. They had excellent games and excellent franchises. Whether you had an NES to a PlayStation 2, there was something for you with the Konami branding, whether it was the Ninja Turtles arcade series, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania. There were so many great Konami franchises. Konami looked unstoppable, but unfortunately, around the late 2000s, they lost their luster, and they started to go kind of into this tailspin of just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. You have to look no further than the Metal Gear 5 snafu to see that Konami is a company at a loss. And unfortunately, they've kind of become the laughingstock in the gaming industry. You commonly hear the phrase, fuck Konami, and that's probably within merit because Konami doesn't really do much for gaming fans anymore. They're more focused on the entertainment, the pachinko stuff now, and it really left a bad taste in a lot of gamers' mouths. Well, a lot of people don't realize this, but Konami acquired Hudson Soft back in the late 2000s after Hudson Soft went under, and they acquired all of their licensing and all of their IPs. Now, Hudson Soft was a very prominent figure on the TurboGrafx-16 in North America. It pretty much was a Hudson Soft machine. So a lot of the TurboGrafx-16 licensed entities are already owned by Konami. Now, recently, Konami filed for a patent on the name TurboGrafx-16, and it's left a lot of people with a lot of questions. What is Konami doing with the TurboGrafx-16 name? I have a few ideas, and my final idea will probably be something that you won't like, so let's get into why I think Konami acquired the TurboGrafx-16 patent. So the TurboGrafx-16 was a cool retro system. I like the library of games, but let's face it, it wasn't that popular in North America. In Japan it was pretty popular, but North America not so much. So what is Konami doing right now? A lot of people think that it could lead to a compilation disc of TurboGrafx-16 games. And I think that's cool, but is the market really there? If it's a digital release, I could see some people checking it out, but I don't really think there's a lot of people sitting around saying, I'd really like to play some TurboGrafx-16 games, because it's all older gamers, all retro gamers that are more interested in the TurboGrafx-16. Plus, you can get a lot of TurboGrafx-16 games on the Wii Virtual Console. The Wii Virtual Console was full of TurboGrafx-16 games, so a lot of people probably check those out on that service. So I don't really foresee Konami doing a compilation disc, doing, a release of old classic games, because it doesn't seem like something they would do. That's more fan service, and Konami's not really about fan service. There's also the possibility that they are bringing back Hudson Soft IPs, and they want the TurboGrafx name because of the assimilation with like Bomberman on the TurboGrafx-16. And once again, I don't think so. Hudson Soft has been dead and buried for quite a while. I tried my hashtag #BringBackTheBee campaign, and it didn't really do anything. So if Konami was really thinking about bringing back Hudson Soft, I don't think they would have waited this long. I think they would have done something way earlier in the life cycle, because Bomberman is still a hot IP. Bomberman is a very popular franchise, and we haven't seen it in so long, I think a lot of gamers have just forgotten about Bomberman. There's also the possibility, the rumor mill is spinning, with the success of the NES Classic and all these Sega Genesis clones that are coming out, that Konami could be trying a TurboGrafx-16 clone, plug and play. Once again, that just doesn't seem feasible to me. Now granted, I would love it. That's a day one purchase for me, because I love the TurboGrafx-16, but I don't think the average consumer is going to be really interested in that. Once again, that is just fan service. It's not the same branding as the NES. It's not the same branding as the Sega Genesis. Those were popular systems in North America. The TurboGrafx-16 wasn't really that popular. So then what the hell is Konami doing? Why are they acquiring this patent? I have a theory. And it's a weird theory, but follow me on this, because I think it's the most logical thing when you think about it. Now, there's a rapper named Kanye West. You may know him because he married that Kardashian girl. Now, Kanye West has been rumored to be working on an album, and the name of that album is TurboGrafx-16. It's been thrown around for probably about a year now, maybe a little bit less, but supposedly Kanye West is working on this album called TurboGrafx-16. So what if Konami realizes this and they're trying to put a stop to it, because technically that is a part of their brand when it comes to Hudson Soft? Or they can make Mr. West license out that branding, license out that name if he wants to use that name as his album. Kanye West is a very popular artist, and I haven't really messed with him since the early 2000s, but there's still a lot of people that really like his crazy ass. So if Kanye West makes an album called TurboGrafx 16 and Konami owns the TurboGrafx 16 license, wouldn't that put some money in their pocket? And they would completely avoid gamers, because gamers wouldn't have any impact on this. Gamers would see nothing from it. It would just be Konami getting residuals from Mr. Kanye West. So honestly, that's what I think it is. I think they want a piece of Kanye West's pie because he's got a lot of money evidently. And yeah, those famous rap dudes, they make good bank. Why wouldn't Konami want some of that? They would get a little brand name recognition and they could go make another pachinko machine. So people, do not get your hopes up with the TurboGrafx 16 patent coming back, because I honestly think it's just a way to stop Kanye West and put Konami, it gets some money for Konami. Let me know what you think about the situation in the comments section down below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for liking this video. Check out other videos on the channel. If you really like my face, check out my Patreon. I'll catch you guys next time. I gotta try to stop Konami from stopping Kanye West, and maybe they'll make me a Bomberman. Later.